Morning. How are we, everyone? Not the best night last night for Liverpool. 1-0 loss at Galatasaray. Only the second time in Arne Slot's tenure at the club that we haven't scored a goal, and it was just completely ridiculously bad, wasn't it? There's no other way to say it. We were just absolutely terrible. We're going to go through some of the news this morning. We have a bit around the future of Ibrahima Konate. We have some quotes from Jamie Carragher on Florian Wirtz. We have some of the stats from last night. We're just going to look at everything and just try to pick the bones out of it. Figure out what exactly is going wrong. Look ahead to Chelsea at the weekend in what is a massive, massive, massive game now. Like, it can't be understated. Like, we can't go into the international break, one, without a win in three, possibly three losses, or letting Arsenal leapfrog us in the table and going first going into that break. That would be absolutely catastrophic. So we're going to look through everything. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that, and let's jump straight into it. So late last night after the game, there was a breaking report from L'Equipe about the future of Ibrahima Konate, and that said, Liverpool are confident of agreeing a new contract with Ibrahima Konate, who was offered a new renewal bid 2 weeks ago. Liverpool's first proposal was made in December last year, but was well below the level expected for Konate. Talks resumed in spring this year. Since then, Liverpool revised their offer on several occasions. Fresh offer 2 weeks ago. Negotiations are still ongoing with several points yet to be clarified. Club executives confident on striking agreements. Obviously, we have seen many reports over the weeks of the Spanish side basically saying that he's been seduced by Real Madrid. There was even a report, I think, like in the last 48 hours that a deal was basically agreed coming out of the Spanish side. But this has just made us question everything, really. Like, if this is true, I had absolutely, I think I was about 80% sure he was leaving at this stage. This is very, very surprising if he does sign. Ironically, I think at this point, like, if he signs a new deal, there won't be the excitement that it would have been a few weeks or months ago. Like, everyone's just been absolutely slating him, and rightly so, to be fair. Like, he has been terrible this season, so hopefully, hopefully we do get it over the line. Hopefully it's the number that we're all happy with, and hopefully, like, if he does put pen to paper on his future, that he settles down, he gets back into a rhythm, because, like, we know he's better than he has been this season. Like, he's a far better defender than we've seen, and just the mistakes constantly, the passing, the individual errors, just everything. It's just, yeah, just get this ticked off, whether he's leaving or staying, one or the other, just get that decided, let him get back to playing football, and yeah, I'm absolutely intrigued to see what happens with this over the next week or two. Moving on then, we had some quotes from Jamie Carragher last night speaking about Florian Wirtz, who believes he should be dropped, which is, I think, it seems incredibly, I was going to say harsh. Harsh seems the wrong word considering, like, he has been poor. Like, I'm well aware of the fact as well that I did make a video literally 2 days ago backing him up. But the more time goes on, the more we're seeing this system isn't working. Like, whether that's Wirtz specifically not performing or if the system is just not suiting him, I think it is coming down to that midfield. Like, it's no surprise that the best game we've played this season was against Atletico Madrid, where we had that midfield that we're comfortable with. We had Szoboszlai at the top with Gravenberch and McAllister behind, and I think we really are missing that. Like, Szoboszlai being shoehorned into right back, yes, he's played well there for the most part, but he was so good up there last year. Like, that transition between midfield and attack, the pressing he does, just the work rate, the effort, like, that is sorely missed. And again, not to slag off Florian Wirtz, like, yes, he hasn't been fantastic, but I fully back him to get to the level we know he can. But we need to figure out a system where that actually works for us, because at Bayer Leverkusen, I know Florian Wirtz had likes of Xhaka and Andrich behind him who really just sat in, controlled the game, let him do his thing. Like, it's not what's going on with this midfield. Like, Gravenberch and McAllister, or Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, whoever plays there, neither of them are the players who will sit back and just mop up and defend and let him do his thing. Like, everyone needs to be working, everyone's going to get forward. Like, Gravenberch is our most defensive midfielder, and he's still doing these marauding runs. Like, and that's, again, I'm not slagging off Gravenberch either, it's just the type of player he is, the type of system this is, and Florian Wirtz just isn't suiting it so far. So I think I have enough evidence at this point to suggest that it can't just be everyone has started playing terribly, it must be the system. Something has to change. I think everyone's gotten to the point now where it's like, get back to basics this Saturday, just put the normal midfield back in, leave Wirtz on the bench, maybe bring him on. Just everything we did last night just looked to be completely disjointed and all over the place. Like, every single pass, every single touch, every single run, everything was just a little bit off. It looks like we've absolutely no confidence, or not, we look like we don't know what we're doing, to be honest, and it's horrible to watch. Like, that was a painful game to watch last night, I'm not going to lie. Back to basics this Saturday, and hopefully we can get back to playing well. Like I said, we can't go into the international break not top of the table. We have to get a win at Stamford Bridge. But anyway, back to Jamie Carragher speaking about Florian Wirtz. He said, "I don't think I'm watching a top team. Liverpool are not playing football, they're playing basketball." I'm not exactly sure what he means by that, but he goes on to say, "Florian Wirtz needs to come out of the team. Liverpool need to go back to what they were last season and try to build some confidence and some defensive solidity, because right now it just looks a mess. And I agree with that. Like, I do agree with Jamie Carragher on that. Like, we do just look a mess, and I'm not a tactico. I'm not going to be the one to explain exactly what's going wrong, but I think it doesn't take a genius to see that whatever we're doing right now is not working. The narrative around this really seems to be ramping up since last night as well. I think last night was the final straw for a lot of people. Like, James Pearce wrote as well that Arne Slot must decide whether to persevere with Florian Wirtz in that central role. By accommodating him, Slot has changed his midfield dynamic, which won Liverpool a Premier League title. And like, yeah, like I said, everyone just seems to be coming around to this train of thought now that we have to just get back to what we know. Like, it's gone on too long. We've won a lot of games this season, obviously, but it just doesn't seem to be sustainable at this rate. We need to just build up gradually, and yeah, like, everyone's calling for it now. And I think it'll be very interesting to see how Arne Slot reacts to this. Of course, will he persevere like James Pearce is saying, or will he take Wirtz out? I think personally, I think he might drop him at the weekend. I think we might get back to just what we know. Give Chelsea a proper game. Like, Chelsea are there for the taking. There's so many injuries. Palmer's out. They basically have all their young defenders all there left. Like, we should be winning this game. If we turn up at all, we should be winning it. So I'll be very interested to see the team selection and to hear what Arne Slot has to say in his press conference before the game. We also had a report from a Turkish outlet this morning kind of speaking about what the Galatasaray manager seen as our weak link. And it said that Galatasaray manager Okan Buruk and his team identified Liverpool's weakest link as their right back and right centre back. İlkay Gundogan's insights were also taken into account for the match, and I think we could see that last night. Like, they really were targeting that side. Like, Szoboszlai, again, I'm not going to rewrite history. I said I liked him at right back, but as more time goes on, the more I think he's not quite there defensively for like what we should have, and he's missing out at midfield. So I can see why Galatasaray kind of decided to go down that side. Konate, of course, the right centre back, he's been shaky all season, so it makes full sense that they would go down that right side of ours. I also wanted to bring up a comment from Anfield Sector. Shout out to Josh, who runs a great account over there, lovely nice guy. He said, I think the biggest issue is a poor pressing system and a lack of intensity in the front line. We aren't pushing onto teams, pressing man to man, cutting off passing lanes or putting the player in possession under pressure. Midfielders can just pick whatever pass they want against us. It feels like our striker chases the whole back line and everyone else stands still. Gaps get bigger and bigger and we become food in transition. We also aren't turning the ball over in dangerous areas frequently enough or picking up second balls in midfield. And I think this goes back to what I was saying earlier about Szoboszlai last season. Like, he was doing those intense runs. Like, I'd fully agree with Josh here in saying that it seems like it is just the striker kind of runs back and forth in front of the defenders, but we're not closing out nearly quick enough. And I think this kind of ties in with a theory I've seen floating around that Arne Slot has pretty much adapted a new type of play style that's a little bit less intensity, trying to ensure that everyone is fit and ready for the entire season. Like, if we come out all gung-ho for the first 6 months of the season, we'll be absolutely broken up by the end of the season, won't be able to go far in the Champions League and the other cups. It could be a case of that. It could be the fact that he just wants to lower the intensity slightly, make sure everyone's still fresh towards the end of the year, but obviously it's not working, so back to the drawing board for Arne Slot on that one. Along with that as well, along with the whole theory that the striker's the only one pressing, Alexander Isak came on last night. £130 million spent on the striker, and the man had 4 touches in about half an hour. There's something seriously wrong with this system if a man of that quality is not getting the ball. And even I've seen Jamie Carragher speaking the other day about Florian Wirtz as well, kind of saying he was averaging something like 90 touches per 90 minutes for Bayer Leverkusen, and he's been getting 60, 65 so far for Liverpool. Salah has been getting far less touches and far less shots. The ball is just not getting to the forward line. It's just a systematic error. Slot's tactics just are not working, and it needs to be changed. And I'm by absolutely no means Slot out, right? That nonsense. It needs to be adjusted. It's just new players bedding in a new system, but it needs to just be brought in. It needs to just be brought in a bit more slowly. I think it was just too drastic a change. It's worrying times, but I'm sure we'll get there. But like I said, Saturday is going to be absolutely huge, and I'm very intrigued to watch that one. That's all from me anyway. Craig will be back on in the afternoon to discuss all the news and just break this apart. I'm sure he'll want to have his take on this as well. Hit the subscribe button before you head out. Hit the like button, all that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.